Okay.
Jesse, did you ever play in such a heated, meaningless game?
Well, you know, yeah, they came. We knew when you play DC that they're going to be physical.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it was cheap shots, all right, and I felt like the refs wanted to keep the cards in their pockets, okay, but we had a game to play, not DC left, right? So I felt like the job should have been to protect our guys a little bit more with something to play for than it was to allow the game to get out of hand. So I didn't think that was handled well. But in the end, what I was really happy with is after our first half, which was terrible at every level, our second half, we responded. And I challenged the guys at halftime, and they responded and obviously came out. And right from the first whistle, we looked different. So, you know, I mean, I try to remind them that that's what we should always look like. There should never be this doubt or conservative approach or cautiousness. No, the way we play, we love aggressiveness.
So do you think that they sensed in the first half that it was, you know, whatever the result is,
it's a bad field. There's energy in the crowd. It's getting physical. There aren't a lot of pure solutions because the game is ugly, right? So guys are kind of left trying to figure out what to do. But again, the key is to be aggressive, not to like get unsure. It's to go after things, go after second balls, go after tackles, press them, play in their end, and that's what we did in the second half, and we were able to get the win.
Were you getting any scores on the bench?
At the end, they were updating me a little bit. I wasn't too worried about it. Like there was, you know, it was important to focus on this group and this game. And then, you know, once it got to the end of the game and it looked like the score was in hand, then I had some interest. So.
And your thoughts on the matchup?
Yeah, it's good. None of the matchups were going to be easy. Chicago won't be easy. They've been very good at home. I'm not sure what will be happening with Schweinsteiger. But regardless, they're a good team. Obviously, with Dax there, it's you know, it'll be emotional for everyone. And I know that, you know, Chicago's excited to be back in the playoffs and have a home game, so they're going to throw everything at us. But you know, we'll see. Do we know what day it is yet? No. Wednesday or Thursday? Keep my fingers crossed.
Just to talk about Murillo's goal, I mean, he basically created the whole thing himself, except for when he gave the ball to Cade and gave it back to him to chip it.
Yeah, they put a good little combination play together, and you know that was a really clever little play. I thought Cade's little chip was good. We usually don't encourage our center backs to be overlapping into the center of the box, but it worked out this time. So, good goal.
And just you rested basically everybody almost just to prepare for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And how did everyone else, like, except for that first half, you said it wasn't great, the second half was good. Like, how proud are you of these players for getting this opportunity to go out there?
No, I mean, I'm happy to see us in the second half play like a Red Bull team. First half, I was not happy to see us not play like a Red Bull team. So that's ultimately the measure of what we do here, right? Is that whether it's the academy or the USL team or our first team, or when we play the guys who don't always play with the first team, we insist that we have to look like us. There can't be lapses in what we do. So I told them I was critical of myself at halftime because I was disappointed to see them so confused about how we play and what their roles are. And ultimately, that's my job to make sure that they get that. And I reminded them in the second half that if they wanted to play in the playoffs, they needed to show what they're supposed to show. And so they did, and then it got better.
Jesse, any concern about the quick turnaround? I mean, you won't be home till late tonight. I don't know if you plan to train tomorrow.
Well, I mean, that's why we left a lot of guys back, right?
Right.
The quick turnaround will benefit us, you know? I mean, it still means that the game will be incredibly difficult, but the reason why we rested guys was to give ourselves a chance to really fly at the game in every way and go after it in a massive manner. So we'll see. We'll see if it's Wednesday or Thursday, but we'll be ready.
Jesse, the talk has been for the last 3 years about NYCFC and the rivalry with them. But what does this game do to add a chapter to the rivalry that is between Red Bull and DC United?
Well, you know, it was very impressive the amount of fans that our supporters that were here tonight, and I think, you know, it was as big as it was for DC and their fans. It was big for our supporters too, because this rivalry is a 22-year history, and they wanted to be here for the last time too, and for us to be able to send them off with a victory, I think will make them feel really good. So it makes us feel good as a club, and I hope that they really appreciate it and the effort that the guys put in the second half specifically. Now the next test will be the first time, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see us on the schedule for the first game that they open it up. So I mean, that'll be the next task.
So will you guys take off tomorrow, Jesse?
No. We get back at 10:30 tonight on the train. The train's pretty easy to manage. We'll come in a little bit later. We'll train the guys that had some rest, and then whatever the day is, we've got a game plan set for whether it's a Wednesday or Thursday game, what we're going to do in training to prepare ourselves. We already have an idea of what we're going to do against Chicago. We've been preparing for all 4 teams all week. My staff's put in a lot of really good work, and we're ready to go. So it's just about creating clarity within our team about what our game plan will be and being ready to go after it. Exciting time.
Any personal reflections from the perspective of an ex-United player?
Yeah, really cool to come in the stadium and see all the old faces. You know, seeing Marco Echeverri and Jaime Moreno run around and combine. I had the same seat on the sideline back then that I did today. So, but those guys are obviously such great players. So many great players that were here. Seeing Bruce and Dave Sarakin and Kevin Payne, all the leaders of this club from a time period where this was the first dynasty, you know, and I was proud to be part of it, and coming back and seeing everybody, it's special. It's really special. So proud to have been a small part of it, and you know, having a chance to send it off today and be here was special for me, for sure.
Will it be weird for you when you come back next year and it won't be at this place?
No, it'll be exciting. We're all ready for something new. I am. I think it has potential that when they get the new stadium done, that this blows up, right? Like it really, because the fans here love this team, and it's just about now creating an environment for them to really enjoy what this team is. And I think the new stadium will do that. So I think it has a chance to really tilt DC United back to being a powerhouse within our league, like the old days. So should be fun. Okay?
Thanks, Jesse.
All right, thank you.